All right, before we start this video, first of all, I would like to say that I speak and explain things very slowly. And that might be a problematic for you if you're looking for a video that is very fast paced. But in my point of view, it doesn't really work because, when I have to explain the tools and the techniques, you can, catch the explanation and understand the explanation very well when somebody speaks very slowly. That's just my point of view. However, we can go down in the tool of your video and then speed it up to make the video even faster if you like. Second, it's always useful to come back to the video whenever necessary because you might forget what I just explained. And in order to revisit the video, make sure that you save the video for future reference. And third, go down in the description below and then click on the link in order to download the software. Unless you already have the software, that's fine. But if you don't have it, go down in the description below and then click the link in order to download the software to try it out by yourself. Best way to learn anything. And then if you like, I'm more than happy to provide you the raw photo that I'm using for this video so that you can practice it on your own. And that way, you will never forget any tools and you can actually learn a lot faster. Now, let's jump into the video. Enjoy photography. Clear view, especially in a NIK collection silver effects. So I have this one image available that I've taken by myself. Now you have this tool here under the global local adjustment slide. If you cannot see it, let me assist you on it. So I basically have this tool, which is phenomenal in my opinion. Here you go. That's the clear view. Now, what clear view does generally, it helps you. It's kind of like a dehaze tool, but very smart way. Now, what does it do in general anyway? Doesn't matter if you have an image with or without the haze. Doesn't matter. In order to understand better, I highly recommend you to go to the tool right there. So go to the help section and it will take you directly to this page where you have all the details available. Now, clear view, according to DxO definition, it allows you to correct the effects of the atmospheric haze and fog, which significantly alter the image, especially distant shot. By restoring the black levels, the tool will restore contrast, micro contrast and saturation of your image. You can also use it to enhance the impact taken on a clear day. Intensity slider set to 0 by default allows you to adjust the effect of DxO Clearview Plus on a scale of 0 to 100. Now you have the explanation available. However, I have an image on a clear day, especially on architecture, and it's very useful. So let me show you by changing the intensity slowly. Now, bear in mind, before I even go any further, always make sure that you pay attention to your histogram, which is essentially right here. So make sure that you see and pay attention to your histogram, nothing that blowing out. Now let's move on. So clear view, you have, I'm gonna go slowly. You can see that it's kind of a mix of the contrast slider and the outside structure or fine structure. So let me hear me out. In my opinion, that's my opinion in this case, because you can see that there is a change of a contrast. The sky, the cloud goes pretty awesome, all that. However, though, you see that there's a change of contrast. Obviously, there is a certain dark got darker and certain bright got brighter. If I do the same thing on a structure, though, somehow it gives you kind of a same effect. Of course, the fine structure does the same in a softer way possible. If you use both, check this one out. If you use both fine structure and structure with
we can have pretty much the same as the clear view. Now this got darker because it was originally dark anyway, so I'm going to put the brightness up. So I'm going to leave it unchanged. So I'm going to give it to 50. So I won't change it. I won't change the brightness. However, I'm going to go back to the clear view. Now, all the way to 100. This is all the way to 100, right? Pay attention to the sky, the architecture, the floor. Now, if I go back to 0, now I play with the structure and fine structure. It gives you somehow the same look. However, you have a lot of problem here. Like you have a lot of hollow at the edges. There's certain things it's like makes you look more grainy, which doesn't happen on a clear view. Clear view is pretty nice, pretty smooth, and doesn't have much of the effect, the bad effect, I would say. So that's the clear view gives you kind of like a pretty strong and very smart kind of contrast, better control than a structure and the fine structure, because you can see that if you use, again, I'm repeating it, I know I'm repeating it. If I zoom into that gentleman over here and then I use both like a structure and a fine structure, you have some sort of, if you zoom in, of course, you have some sort of artifact, which doesn't sorry, my alarm just got on. I have to go to get something to eat. So it doesn't happen if you're doing the same thing on clear view, because you don't have much of an artifact here. So I hope this helped. I know that I should have used an example of a cloudy day so that you can actually see the differences, but to be honest with you, it doesn't really matter, because in the end, you actually get the idea of what it does. So I hope this tutorial is useful to you. Make sure you leave the comment in the comment section below. Take care of yourself and bye-bye.